Though I know Christmas is around the corner, however now we are between that awkward phase of waiting between Halloween and Christmas. So to make this pain of waiting easier, we will have ChatGPT and Gemini make Geometry Dash from scratch in just 10 minutes. I'm not gonna lie man, all these complicated games completely broke my AIs, so I thought today let's make something more basic than usually. So here's the timer which I'll start right now. Before that though, thank you for the support on the last videos and don't forget to subscribe because if you do, Santa will deliver you a fresh pair of pink Geometry Dash pants. And obviously you don't want to miss out on that. Make me a remake of Geometry Dash and make it as identical as you can. I want a map which is basic and movement which will replicate the original game. I want this in a single file that I can run from my PC without external downloads. Right, so this is the prompt. Let's send that. Now I'm not sure whether creating a prompt in a prompt generator is actually better because the games I have been getting with long prompts have been completely ass. So I guess why not just stick with basic prompts and let the AIs cook, right? Also, I think this will surely be the easiest game we have asked to make from scratch. Other games actually require a game engine to make them semi-playable. However, this one I feel like we can get away with. Obviously, I'm not expecting the same graphics and stuff which we have in the actual game, but I'm hoping the gameplay will be decent. Right, so it's done coded now. It took about 5 minutes of the time. As usual, we'll paste it here. It's actually 493 lines of code, so I'm hoping this will be actually quite decent because sometimes we've been getting like 200 lines of code on certain games, and it was games that are much more complicated to make than Geometry Dash. However, before we run this, I'm going to be rating this based on 3 things: the graphics, the similarity, and whether the game is actually playable. I'll rate these things out of 10, and then by the end, we will have the score out of 30. So yeah, let's run this game, and yo, that's this is really good. Hold on, let me. Yo, I'm actually quite amazed, apart from the fact that the first jump's literally impossible, but can we do a double jump or something? Like, yeah, no, this is quite good, but the first jump's impossible to do. It doesn't really look like Geometry Dash because it's not vibrant and bright everywhere, but yo, I'm actually feeling this. So yeah, I'd say the things to improve is obviously that first jump, but we literally have a cube, we have spikes, we have everything that we need. Restart option is perfect, there's no problems, and there's a progress line on the bottom, right? So as I said, there's clearly room for improvement here. However, as we know from previous videos, ChatGPT doesn't like to update the code because instead it just remakes the whole thing. So I will actually make a new chat here and ask it to improve this code. Yeah, so this is the prompt. I put improve this code, I pasted the code in, and then I put I want you to keep everything the same, however add a double jump and add more vibrant colors in the back. So I'm thinking if we're able to do a double jump, then I'll be able to get over that first impossible jump. I'm hoping this time I will actually edit the code instead of remake it and make it a third of the original length as always. But yeah, anyway, it's done now. Let's add this into here again, but as we can see, it's 150 lines shorter. And we don't have a game anymore. Sick, fantastic. Cheers ChatGPT. Even though I made a whole new chat, you still failed. So yeah, I think we'll ChatGPT based off this game, the original one, without any kind of improvements. Because I mean, apart from this first jump, everything's literally perfect in it. We just need to add like random music and some more vibrant background. So yeah, now to rate things, like I said, I think the graphics are quite good. They're not vibrant. It looks quite decent to be fair though. I mean, the cube's just a blue circle, but we do have a line of progress and stuff like that. We do have an actual background. We have platform spikes. So I will rate the graphics a 7 out of 10. I think similarity to Geometry Dash. This is quite literally Geometry Dash. So I'll give this 8 out of 10. Hopefully I don't get sued. And the playability is unfortunately like a 3 out of 10 because of it's just the impossible jump. If not for this jump right here, the game would be perfect. So as you can see, the time is up for ChatGPT, and this time ChatGPT got 18 out of 30. So I guess I'll take it. It would be much higher. It would be high 20s, mid 20s if the playability didn't mess it up. However, now it's time for Gemini to get its slick back because me and Gemini are ops. I will be using the thinking with free pro mode because some of you have been on my case for using fast. The model's correct this time, so don't worry about that. But I'm going to paste the same prompt as from ChatGPT.
5 hours later.
Yo, so this just popped up on the screen for me, and it looks really good right now. So let's. Yo, this is literally this is Geometry Dash. Okay, so the music doesn't play anymore, and it's impossible to make the first jump again. This is literally Geometry Dash. Also, I forgot to start the timer, however that took well over 5 minutes, so I'm just going to restart this and start it at 5 minutes right now. But oh my god, am I impressed by Gemini today. Both ChatGPT and Gemini absolutely cooked so far. But I think the main difference between ChatGPT and Gemini right now is that we actually have some sort of better kind of cube graphic. Once again though, the playability isn't there because we can't jump over over the first hurdle, I guess. But yo, this is sick. This is way more vibrant. We had music at the start as well. We have actual sound effects to the game now. In case Gemini messes me up like ChatGPT, I'm gonna copy this code over. So I actually don't know whether Gemini edits the file or just creates the whole thing from start again. But this, I'm really enjoying that. But I don't actually think there's too much to change about Gemini here, apart from just that first jump. So literally the only thing I'm gonna ask it to add is a double jump function. Now that I think about it though, I probably should have made that first hurdle a little bit smaller, because you will need to double jump over everything. But maybe Gemini will think of that itself. I think Gemini is not an up anymore. Right, so I think it's actually done it, because we have use space or click to jump twice. So I think a double jump may actually be... Bro, I just wanted to see if this code will work in my VS Code, because I'm actually so baffled right now. Yo, it actually works now. That's crazy. We've got the music back as well. The colors are so vibrant. We actually have a background as well. The colors change in the background. That is crazy. So the time is actually up for Gemini. However, I'm so impressed with this code right now that I actually really want to improve it further and add just 2 more things to it. So I asked it to make the hurdles a little bit smaller, as it's impossible to jump over a single hurdle without double jumping. I also asked it to add a progress tracker in the top right, because obviously ChatGPT had it. Right, so it's done now, 880 lines. So let's click on the preview. Let's see if the hurdles are a bit smaller now, and they actually are. Like, obviously, I still can't beat the game because I'm absolutely shocking at games like this. But like, obviously, if you're a game developer, you would take care of these details more, like making sure you can jump over single hurdles and stuff like that, making sure you can jump over 2 with a single jump. But bro, this is mad impressive. This is literally Geometry Dash. But yeah, we're just gonna add this into VS Code one more time to see if the music actually still stops after you die for the first time. And yeah, it does. So that's not very good. Yo, I'm gonna try and beat this level here though. Yo, I'm actually so bad at this game. I think I literally need like a quadruple jump to beat it. But yeah, I'm really impressed with Gemini because it actually made the changes that I asked it to do. The graphics are absolutely insane, which I'm going to rate them a 10 out of 10. Similarity to the original game is also going to be a 10 out of 10. This is literally the replica. I'm going to get a lawsuit letter through my door tomorrow. Playability, I'm going to give it like a 6 out of 10 because once again, there is actually an impossible jump on this. But yeah, as you can see, the time is up now for Gemini, as we all knew. And Gemini got 26 out of 30, so it just absolutely picked ChatGPT out of the conversation. So Gemini is quite clearly the winner of the video. I've been so impressed by both, to be honest. ChatGPT actually did a really good job as well, but just not up to that elite standard like Gemini today. And to be honest, if you told me that at the start of the video, I would not have expected it. But anyway, remember to subscribe and leave a comment suggesting what other games you'd want to see. I think we need to stick to games like these because they're so much easier to make and it's so much more fun to actually have it be fulfilled how it needs to be fulfilled. And we have begun our way to 10k subscribers, so also don't forget to claim your OG tickets. Thank you so much for watching and see you in the next one.